The month of May is known as Mental Health Awareness Month, so throughout the month I will be posting vlog-style videos where I talk about my mental health journey. The beginning of 2019 has been a rough start to the year, and throughout the past couple of weeks I've been vlogging my experience so far and my troubles with doctor's appointments. I want to start talking more about my mental health so that we can continue to erase the stigma that surrounds it. Hopefully with these videos we can start a conversation. It's taken a lot for me to open up about this stuff, so any negative comments will not be well received. Millions struggle with mental illness their whole lives. It is a serious topic that needs to be addressed. As for help, I suggest going to see your GP, family doctor. I will leave some phone numbers that you can call when in crisis in the description. I'll also leave links to mental health charities if you would like to donate. Trying to find it so that the fan isn't blowing. Right. You thought this video was over, didn't you? Have you not learned that on my channel things happen in between me editing and putting out videos? And you probably think, oh god, what could have happened this time? I don't remember most of this. This is just what people have told me happened. Last night I was sitting here, and this is... I've got my pills now. I started taking them again. I wasn't going to do an update on that, you know, or just like say it casually in a different video, but this was so significant that I had to put it at the end of this video. I got my pills and I was slowly starting to readjust having pills again. And then last night I was sitting here and I started having a panic attack. And oh my fucking god, it is the worst one I've had in my entire life. My mum has never seen me like that. None of my family saw me like this. Apparently my mum and my brother thought I was laughing at first, and then I just started screaming, apparently. I'm saying apparently because I don't remember a lot of this. I remember having the panic attack, crying, banging the floor, banging my head like that, feeling lucky, brush against my back, and then that's all I remember. But apparently I was screaming so much and so loud that my next door neighbours texted my brother to ask if they should call the police because they thought I was getting murdered. I was having a panic attack, I was hitting my head, and then I felt lucky brush against my back. I was like, my mum! And she came in, she sat down with me, and Death was in the call with me. Death heard everything, and she asked me if he had broken up with me or something, and I, for the love of God, did not hear that. Death heard it, because he asked me about it when I finally was able to come out of it. And then the next day I asked my mum, and she was like, yeah, I asked you that. I was just like, what the fuck? I'm laughing about it now because it's just so crazy to me to think that I could ever go that insane. And then I just remember my mum trying to pull me out of it, and me just being like, because at this point I felt like I was going to pass out because of the amount of screaming and crying and hitting and breathing I was doing. I didn't know if I could function. It was terrifying. The way I felt was terrifying. I just kind of wanted to document that on the end of this video because fucking hell, I fell out of the system, couldn't get my pills for ages, and then this happens. What does that say about the mental health teams in England and stuff? It's just fucking insane that happened to me. I still can't get over the fact that they thought I was being murdered. And that's how bad it was. And yet, when we were trying to get my pills, the doctors were saying, well, she doesn't need it, does she then, if she, you know, she doesn't need the 45. And my mum had to explain to them that I am in crisis mode at the moment. She had to exaggerate it a little bit because I was just really woozy and sick for the couple of days. I didn't have my pills and I wasn't sleeping. Like, nothing extremely bad had happened until last night, or early this morning, should I say. It's currently the 22nd of April. Trying to document that. And because we called the psychiatrist and they just never gave us an appointment, so we're all just really fucking lucky that I did not do something stupid when I was in that mental state, because I had no conscious idea what I was doing. I'm sorry I had to end this video on such a dark and horrible note, but until mental health is like accepted in this world, I have to do this, because it's the stigma around mental health that creates situations like this. At this point I'm at right now, I might have to quit my job again because I just can't function as a human anymore, because my pills have been changed so much the past couple months. It's like really fucking with my body. I don't go to therapy anymore. I haven't seen a professional in months because they just haven't given me an appointment. So my choice now is to find out if I can leave work for a couple months until we regulate my medication, until I go see psychiatrists and stuff, or I'm just gonna have to stop working altogether. Like, full on quit my job. And I don't want to do that, because I would feel like an utter fucking failure if I did that. It took me a year and a half to be able to even think about stepping into a workplace and doing that every day for God knows how long. It's only been like 10 months-ish. Like, I didn't want to stay there for more than a year because I wanted to kickstart my career in like art and stuff. But at this point, I'm actually wanting to stay there for a whole year just to prove to myself that I can do it. Because I don't know what to do. Point of the story is, I had a really fucking horrible panic attack and it was dangerous, and I might not be able to work anymore, which is also dangerous, you know, because that puts my mental state in an even deeper shithole than what it already is. I will edit this and I'll look back at it and I'll go, why are you telling the world this? And I have to remind myself of this so many times, that there are still kids out there today who think it is not okay to be mentally ill, who are scared of telling their parents they're mentally ill because they're going to have to suffer in silence, because their parents are going to go, it's all in your head, or a doctor's going to go, it's all in your head. I've been there. I've had doctors tell me it's all in your head because you're a high school student. And look at me now, I'm 20, I'm working, I have friends, I have a boyfriend, I have like a relatively normal life, and what fucking happened last night? I had a panic attack so dangerous I almost passed out. I want to talk more about this mental health on this channel, I really do. I just get so embarrassed when I do. That's my goal for 2019. Raise more awareness for mental health and talk about it more openly and accept it. It needs more recognition than what it's got, because it's dangerous. I have more information. So, I can't make phone calls for myself, I established that before. So my mum called the psychiatrist place today, and they have no record of her calling and asking for an appointment for me. They have no record of anyone saying that they would give me an appointment. So they don't have any available appointments. So she then called the doctor, or she chatted with them, and then they called me at 10:40 today, but I didn't sleep today, so I fell asleep like 20 minutes before they called me, and I woke up an hour later. So I had to call the receptionist, balance you on my knee, I'm sorry if it's shaking. I had to call the receptionist back and be like, yeah, I had a missed call. She was so fucking rude. She was treating me like a fucking 4-year-old who'd been caught just being stupid, you know. I said, yeah, I had a missed call or something, and she was like, yes, actually, you have been called by 2 people from our team multiple times. I only had 2 missed calls, one from a pharmacist and one from a doctor. I don't tend to call you that much when you miss the call. They call you once, say, call me back, and then that's it. I'm trying to get my blood pressure up. I don't know how you're meant to do that, because it's really low right now, so... I don't know if blood sugar works the same way as blood pressure. I don't know anything. I look horrible in this angle, but please bear with me. I'm very tired. So... she put me through to the doctor again. Or she told the doctor to call me again. And I was not coherent when they were talking to me because I was so... I only slept for like an hour at this point. I was just like this. And he was like, oh, what's going on? You know? Not that casual, but... what's been happening? So I told him about the panic attack on Friday. If it's Sunday, it was Sunday. And about... them wanted to call the police because like I had to emphasize the point that this panic attack was bad and completely unlike me. And then it's like, cool, can you go to an appointment at 4:15 today? And I was like, yes, because my mum said take any appointment they give you. So I've just come back from that appointment. We sat in there for, I want to say about half an hour. Do you remember when I said that the doctor who took me off the sertraline was not qualified? Give me another one of those ones, you know, the student doctors, whatever they're called, which is really stupid to do when it comes to mental health stuff, you know. You should give someone a proper doctor who's like fully trained in that area, not someone who just barely has no idea what they're talking about. I told her everything. She took my blood pressure and all that other good stuff. She checked my heart rate and everything. And then she had to go consult the guy I spoke with on the phone twice because she didn't know what she was doing. She wanted to put me back on the sertraline, and I was like, but that's not gonna solve the problem. Yes, it might help with my anxiety because sertraline usually helps with both depression and anxiety at once, but it's not going to help my sleeping problem. I'm just going to go straight back to not sleeping anymore. So she came back and told me what I had told her about that, and then she wanted to put me on something else. I can't pronounce any of these things. She said the right pronunciation for the meds I'm on right now, and I still can't pronounce it. Yeah, she wanted to put me on something else. And that is basically a sedative. And it will keep my heart rate low so I don't have the panic attacks. But my blood pressure is way too low to do that. So that was a no-no. So she found out that a community mental health specialist was going to be in that surgery that I was at today. It's going to be there on Thursday, and they had an hour slot open, so she gave me that at 10 AM. So at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, I have to go see a mental health specialist. Hopefully we can get some meds and I can get back into therapy. You know, because my mum said it in the best way possible. Is everything happening again? When she asked me about the panic attack, is everything just reversing back to the way it was before all the medication and the therapy and everything? And I literally looked at her and I went, yes. PTSD has come back full force. The anxiety, the depression, the agoraphobia, the eating disorder. Should have been my first sign if the eating disorder came back, because my eating disorder kind of leveled out. I'm not diagnosed with it, but I know I have it because I know everything about it. You get me? You get me? Because my mum has had like a lot of things that I have had, so I can kind of recognize the signs of what I have compared to what she had. So I have to do that on Thursday, and my mum will be at work, so I'm going with Aoife. Get yourself a friend like Aoife who will go to a mental health specialist with you. So I guess I'll update you on Thursday on what happens with that. Because if this goes on longer than Thursday, this video is going to have to be like a 2-part or something. It's not me ranting and raving about everything, it's me bringing awareness to the fact that the NHS, the fucking mental health teams in Britain, have no fucking clue what they're doing. Like, the mental health team have a clue what they're doing, but like, the average doctor doesn't. I said it last time I did one of these, the little sit down, the last clip where I was on my chair again, where I said it, that there's so much stigma around mental health, no one knows how to deal with it, so I'm raising awareness. I remember a couple years ago I did vlogs and I addressed the anxiety thing, and a friend I went to high school with messaged me and was like, thank you so much for talking about this. And like, every time I talk about mental health and I talk about the state I'm in and everything that's happening, I remember that message in my head. And every time I see her on Instagram, because I follow her, I think about it and I'm like, I need to talk about this more, you know? I want to be the ambassador for mental health. No, that sounds way too like panicky. Okay, whatever. I'm really tired because I've only slept for like 2 hours now. I think I slept for an hour, maybe half an hour before I went to the doctor's. I won't go to sleep though, because, you know, otherwise my sleeping pattern will just be worse. I'm at that point again where I need to bathe, but am I gonna? Probably not, because I have problems with bathing as well. So I will see you on Thursday. What's the day on Thursday? That could result in a strike. Sorry, I was watching Alex Myers' fucking live stream thing. Go sub to him, he does good reviews, by the way. Thursday, the 25th of April. I'm trying to keep a timeline of all this. Ugh. If you want me to do a story time on why I'm not... Did I already say why I'm not in therapy? Yeah, I did. I was gonna say, if you want a story time, tell me. Yeah. I'll see you on Thursday. I don't know what to do with myself now. I don't know if I should try and do something or I should sit here for a while.